So I'm just going to do a bit of a share screen with you and run you through my recipe for problem solving, and hopefully it'll be of use to you for this week's maths. So I've created a recipe for problem solving, so I'm just going to talk you through all of those. This document can be downloaded on the website as well, so you can print it off if you want to. So the first thing that I have put on our recipe, the first job, is to read the question carefully and twice through. Okay, really important that you read it more than once. Okay, we tell you this a lot. And furthermore, to read it out loud. It helps to read those questions out loud. Okay. Number 2, circle and underline the important information. So this is something that we're always telling you in school, to work out what do you need, what is going to tell you what you need to do. Okay. Which words do you need? Which numbers do you need? Sometimes, as you well know, there are numbers in a question that don't actually need. They don't actually help get the answer. So an example there, so looking at more, total, altogether, less, there are lots more, but underline or circle, identify, highlight the information that you need to be able to answer the problem. Okay, my third step, I've put discuss or talk about it with somebody else. This is really useful. Usually in class you'd have a pair, someone that you were sitting next to, and especially with my class, I know 9 times out of 10 you would definitely be talking to your partner about the question and what it means, even if it means you're just reading it out loud together again. Okay, remember, someone else might have a different idea to you, so they might help you think about the question in a different way. Number 4, can you work out how many steps there are to the question? It might just be that there's only one step, okay, but there might be 2 or 3 steps to the question. So what are the different steps that you need to take? Okay, what do you need to do first, next, last? Okay, so it's breaking the question down into parts. Think about, can you break that question down into parts to make it more manageable, to make it easier? Okay, number 5. Are there any resources that you could use to help you? Now, I know at school we've got lots of resources. We've got number lines, we've got rulers, we've got counters. We've got all sorts of different things that we use to help us in maths. You can do the same at home, okay? You can use pasta, pencils, pieces of Lego, all sorts of different things, okay? So are there resources that could help you work this out? There may not be, but there might be, so it's worth thinking about. Okay, number 6, make a plan. Okay, so think about everything that you've just done above. That should have hopefully got you to a point where you think, okay, I need to do this, this and this. So now you need to think, is there a pattern or a rule? Do you need to work backwards? Do you need to draw something? So maybe you could draw a bar model or a table, a part whole model. Okay, think about what is it now that you actually need to do. So steps 1 to 5 should have helped you get to this point of step 6 in making a plan. What is it that you are now actually going to do? Now, before you actually do it, step 7, make an estimate. Okay? Estimate what you think the answer should be. Think about it. It's always a good idea to have an estimate, because it means when you get to your answer, you've got something to go by. You can think, actually, that's not quite right. That's way off what I expected it to be. Okay? Or maybe you were right. But it's always a good idea to make an estimate what you think the answer might be, based on the information that you already have. Okay, number 8, go ahead, complete your problem, have a go. So number 9, is your answer logical or reasonable? Okay, so yes, great. Okay, likely to have got the right answer, thinking about these words, logical and reasonable. No, try again. Think about what part went wrong. The example I'm going to give you, and I remember it in my class, we were looking at angles, and you were being asked to measure the angles. And there was one question that lots of you got wrong, and the angle was quite clearly less than 90 degrees, yet you measured and lots of you had an answer that was more than 90 degrees. And that was because you'd read on the scale, you'd read the wrong scale correctly on your protractor. However, if you had just taken the time to look at that angle, you should have been able to say to yourself, no, wait, hang on a minute, that can't be right. because the angle that I'm looking at is less than 90 degrees, which means my degrees must be wrong. Okay, so really think about, is it a logical answer? Is it reasonable? Okay, and then last part, can you explain? So use your mathematical vocabulary to show your understanding and explain your answer. Okay, really, really important. I'm constantly going on at my class about this, using mathematical vocabulary, not a thingy-mabob or a what's it or a this. Okay, use your mathematical vocabulary. Think about those key words that we use to explain when we're thinking about maths. And then I've just put at the bottom here, what would Miss Pearson say, or what would Mrs. Dessy say? Think about, you were to take that work to them, what are they going to say? Are they going to say, yeah, great job, you've had a go at explaining, you've shown you're working out, you've thought about all those steps, or are they going to say, oh no, there's just one answer there and actually you haven't done anything else to show that you've understood it? Okay, so really think about that. Right guys, I hope that's helpful, and as I said, you can download this document from the website. I've put a link on the website for you. Good luck, looking forward to seeing all your problems.